Welcome everyone to the Swashbuckling Squeebs podcast where we will talk everything Sea of Thieves. I just want to start off by saying I'm very excited for this game. It's the first podcast. I'm joined by Yildiz and Snoity.
Hey.
Or Sugar, as we say. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. So I want to know what you guys think of Sea of Thieves. Just your general expectations, thoughts, and then we'll go from there.
It seems like it's going to be something to keep playing. Like, I feel like they're gonna be pretty good about keeping content updated, so that it keeps people involved and keeps people playing the game, which is something I'm really looking forward to. Just having something to constantly play because it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I feel like we're missing a lot of games in this era right now, where there's a bunch of open world games, but I don't think anyone's really doing it right. And I think Sea of Thieves has a great potential to actually nail it. Like for example, like Ark. Yeah, it's fun at first, but it loses a lot of its magic and value. And I think Sea of Thieves, being that it is a pirate fantasy, it's something different. And just from the gameplay that I've seen, because none of us have played the alpha or have done anything, we're just basing everything off of gameplay that we see and the interviews that we hear. But yeah, I'm really excited for this game. I think it could be something special, and we'll go into all the details later on. What about you, Josh?
Yeah, I'm expecting good things to come from this game. Being it is made by Rareware, a company that is known for great games in the past, during the 90s for the N64, like Banjo-Kazooie and Conker's Bad Fur Day, which that game I never actually played, but I did play Banjo. But since they were bought out by Microsoft, they weren't really the best. They didn't make things of highest quality that they were known for. But I think that they could bring it back and produce a game that is highly received by just about everyone.
Yeah, I do agree. But more specifically, what do you think about the pirate theme and the open world adventures?
I mean, it's a genre that really isn't explored that much. The last pirate game that game that had to do with pirates, or had pirates as a theme, was Assassin's Creed. And you know, it's a genre that it's going to be fresh, basically.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it completely. Where we haven't really seen something open world pirate themed. It's just gonna be something fresh to the entire gaming community, and I think a lot of people are gonna like it a lot.
Yeah, well, I want to say, go ahead, Josh.
There might have been indie games based on pirates, but nothing coming from a AAA title.
Yeah, nothing that's gonna be this big.
Yeah, I want to say that even let alone the open world RPG type of thing. Just this is the first pirate game we're really seeing in a while that has actually generated a following before it's even released. And this has been in this was announced E3 2015, something like that. It was a while ago. But
2016,
2015. So,
2015 seems a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say it was last year or something at E3, and then
the hype train has definitely been rolling.
Oh yeah, I just hope they don't pull a No Man's Sky, which I doubt they will, because they are taking their time. They are listening to the community, which is a great thing, a great tool, and I've listened again to some of the interviews, and they've shaped other things, and then we'll get back into it later on.
And that's probably the best thing that they can do, is listening to the community and just finding especially during the alpha and betas, just finding what they can improve, especially from people just playing the game, because they might find something that developers and testers couldn't find.
I feel like more recently and in the past, developers will make the game, obviously, and they'll test it, but they won't really listen to the community, and they see in their eyes a somewhat perfect game. Yeah. And I feel like people really undervalue the community's opinion, and the people that are actually going to be playing the game. We see everything that could possibly come, and we see the flaws in the game, even though the hype train might be real, but it's really down to the community, because we're the ones that are going to be playing it. So I think it's great that they're listening, and they did. I reached out to them on Twitter, and they're interested in hearing this, and they are interested in everyone's feedback, and even on their website, which I'll leave a link below, their insider program, it actually helps shape the future of the game. and then we'll talk about the skeletons later, which is a main point. Something small, but I think really good that they did. Like I said, we'll get back into that later. So, any other thoughts on just the general overlay of the game, expectations?
I think we covered it.
I think we're good.
All right. So the next thing I want to get into is the gameplay mechanics, just things that we want to see, because I feel like that's more important. Obviously, the things that are in Sea of Thieves already are already there, but it's more of the things that we want to see, such as progression, some sort of directive, and then we'll just open it up there. What do you guys think about the gameplay mechanics?
I think that from what I saw, it looks like a pretty cool like combat system.
Okay.
Like the blunderbuss and the swords and stuff. Really interested in that. I want to see more than just skeletons as enemies. Maybe like for different caves or there
are pirates as enemies.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but I think it needs a bit more variety.
And there was in the water there were sharks, but I want to see like other stuff down there. Like maybe there's a mermaid you can interact with.
Well, there actually are mermaids. From what I understand,
really?
yeah, from what I understand that when you die in the water or when you're like just in the water for a certain amount of times, mermaids are going to be there and they will like teleport you back, something like that. I haven't read too much into it. I have to still do some more research on that, but I do like what they're doing with that and how there's some sort of variety.
Sirens, though.
Yeah, but you know, it's still something. I do like that there are mermaids. I think that's that's definitely true to like the pirate theme and how there are a bunch of things. And for example, the Kraken, which we've seen screenshots of, and I'm very curious to see and hear more about the Kraken and other things below the sea. But yeah, the sharks. I do like the sharks. I don't know if I wasn't looking hard enough, but I didn't really see a lot of fish. Which I feel...
Yeah, that's something I didn't see, but I feel like that should and will be something.
Yeah, like it's just a small amount of detail because you can't have sharks there with no fish. What are they eating?
Yeah.
They're not just feasting on pirates.
To like help
remember pre-alpha.
Yeah, it's pretty. This is just like a tiny detail. I think it would add a lot more life to the sea, especially with the underwater chests and sunken treasure and who knows what else they're going to do. And then, you know, we can talk about things that we want to see under the water as well later on.
Yeah.
Bridging off Snoides, or Andrew, which is his name, so his thing on the combat, the only thing I feel should be changed about it, I feel like it should be made a little more fluid or, what's the word, intuitive.
Okay.
Because it just seems kind of clunky as far as aiming, you know, or switching. I mean, I know a lot of games have utilized the tool selection wheel, but when I was watching some gameplay, I didn't actually see the cutlass as a selectable thing on the wheel.
Yeah, so the way that they're doing, you're gonna have to cycle through the weapons, which will be the Y button on Xbox. From the gameplay I saw at E3, you start with the cutlass, then you go to the pistol, and then the blunderbuss. So you would have to hit Y to keep cycling through. I don't know if that's something that they're going to keep. I mean, I personally don't have a problem with it. I think it's fine. I have to get a hands-on feel, and you know, in the midst of combat, I want to see how it feels to cycle through everything, or if it would be easier for the player to just select the wheel. But I think that would get in the way of everything because you have to see what's going on. So I do like the fact that you get to cycle without bringing up a menu.
Oh yeah, obviously each game that does have a scroll wheel does have the ability to cycle through with a single button. I was just saying I didn't actually see it on the wheel.
Yeah, but there's obviously a bunch of stuff that they're still gonna like implement. I heard that they're currently working on or they're done working on a spyglass that would also be in the wheel. But for right now, I want to stick to combat. I like your comment on it because I do think that it could be a bit more fluid. Then again, it is alpha and everything, and the beta's not here yet. But my thing is when I look at the gunshots and the gunplay, I feel like the pistol and the blunderbuss, the center of the screen, I think it takes up too much and it gets in the way of aiming. Again, I have to get hands on with all these things, but from what I see, it looks like it can get a bit cluttered in the middle, especially with the smoke coming out, which I do like the smoke, by the way. I think they really.
I had also another comment.
Yeah,
on,
go ahead.
Going off that, I just feel like the field of view is a little low for the game.
I agree with that. I can see that.
Like that's one of the things that in games that kind of put me off is like if everything is too kind of condensed inside the field of view. If that's what the way they want it, that's fine.
Okay.
But for the people that don't like it, if they don't want to change the field of view by default, have at least a slider or a menu option that you could increase it, but not like an extravagant amount that you're seeing the entire island in one screen.
Yeah, no, I think
just enough to make it realistic.
Yeah, I think if they implement a slider, that would be okay. Especially for combat purposes, for people that like a smaller, a larger field of view and a bit more smaller weapons. I think that's something that they can work on.
Yeah, because when you look at the people, when you actually do see people wearing using the swords, it's kind of just the sword. The sword itself is kind of just sticking out directly from the corner of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to see. Not that I want to see the whole handle, but I want to see a bit more. So yeah, I do agree with that. I do like the details that they have put in. Like I mentioned before, the smoke, the clanging of the cutlasses, and the just the look of the guns. I think it's very true to the pirate theme. That's something I think they really nailed so far. Is just the visuals and color and just the feel, like just looking at it, which we will get into visuals and everything later on. But
yeah, the game is absolutely
it really looks really nice, and I think the combat, we're gonna show it in the podcast. It's gonna be somewhere in there, but definitely, guys, go look it up, because I believe it's on the Xbox page. There's a setup. Obviously, it's set up because I got to show off everything, but just the combat, like in the stormy weather and how they're doing it, it looks so epic.
The weather is going to be something amazing for this game. There's something I kind of want to talk about where I want to see how the weather is going to affect what goes on. Like, I know you can see like the waves crashing into the ships and stuff, but can lightning strike your ship and start a fire? And you got
that would be interesting.
Can the wind push you off course?
Yeah. Actually, they touched on the wind, which I kind of want to do a different. I feel like that's a different topic for another day. I don't want to cover everything today. I want to give everyone time to really think about everything, so we get our facts, and then for the team over at Sea of Thieves to get it nice and laid out for them. I don't want to overwhelm everyone. Especially you guys, because there's so much to talk about. We're all over the place because it's very exciting. But yeah, I do definitely want to touch on visuals and weather. I think that's gonna be a huge part of the gameplay.
So back on combat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like ship to ship battle. There are a couple things I was just wondering. So if you can take someone's ship, I wonder if you could then do something with it, like go and sell it, or take it somewhere and.
So you're talking about hijacking ships?
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, if you jump on someone's ship, what are you going to be able to do with it? And then, in return, if someone then takes your ship, what happens? Are you just screwed? Can you not take someone's ship? That's something I've been kind of wondering.
Yeah, actually, I think that's good.
Ships off screen.
Just kind of shows up.
Yeah, the ship depot and pick up a new one, like the ship Walmart, or do you have to then take someone else's back? That's something I definitely want.
Well, I know you could like hide on somebody's ship while they're getting a treasure or something. But yeah, I think that would be really cool if you could like take their ship. That would be hysterical. I would do that all the time.
And you have your whole squad each have a ship and then roll up and surround someone.
An armada.
Fire on the side. Exactly, like assemble an armada. I think that'd be pretty cool. but then it would
Sailing
also
upon a
kind of
convoy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then that other person, like, what would they do then? So that's something.
Yeah, even like when you're boarding a ship, like you board their ship and everything in the middle of the naval combat, you kill all of them, their ship just stays there. Like, do you then have to sink it, or can you take it? I think that's a dynamic that I don't really think anyone's really thought of. Yeah, I think that's very interesting. I do like the fact, or the idea of stealing somebody's ship. You know, you're a pirate, take their ship, sell it, do something. You know, like I feel like that's definitely something somebody would do, being that you just wiped out their entire crew.
Yeah.
Or at least make it more lootable. That I think that's something. Like, yeah, you could take their chests and whatever, but what about the other things? What about in the captain's quarters? What's hiding in there? If you can't take the whole ship. And
that's what got me worried about someone taking my ship, because that's my luck, is I would lose it.
Yeah.
So I need to know how to get back into the game after that.
Yeah, well, I think that comes more down to crew strategizing and leaving somebody on the ship just in case, which I think we should get into another episode with communications and everything, because there's a lot. This game is very, very heavy on the communication, which I think is great. And like I said, we'll get into everything again. But going back onto naval combat, I want to see different types of either different types of cannonballs, you know, like the chain shots, like a flaming one. Who knows, like something like that. I want to see variety. I think that would add just great moments to the games, because the game really is about telling a story. You know, it's not really. It's not too focused on anything. I like how they just leave it open-ended, even with the combat. Like, if you want a battle to go a certain way, you could definitely orchestrate it to be that. But you know, the game is about telling your own story and sharing those stories within the games
and exploration.
Yeah, and exploration.
I think that's actually the biggest focus.
Yeah, which again, I do want to get into like separate
that's what
sections.
Did, though. They explored.
Yeah, just explore combat. I mean, I'm personally really excited for the combat. Especially the naval combat. We're gonna have some crazy gameplays and just amazing moments, and I think that's the beauty of this game, is the ability that it's giving players to create these moments. And I think if they do touch up more on the combat, like more variety, like I said, with the naval combat, or even different types of ships, I think that would be really cool. Like upgrade ships.
Yeah, I definitely want to see how you can customize a ship. That's something I've really been interested in seeing, is what exactly you can do to the ship, what you can upgrade. And then in one gameplay I was watching, like the middle floor of the ship where you get the ammo, it looked kind of empty. So I'm kind of wondering what else could be maybe put down there, and how you can customize that section of the ship. Maybe like that could be like the hub for customization, where you could interchange things down there to best fit your needs.
Yeah, I think that would be cool, and like if you could put like a cell on board, you know, for like capturing people. Since we're on the topic of combat, which is where I kind of want to stay, because I think that should really be the focus of this right now, being that we have talked about it so much. The ability to capture someone, and then like let's say one of our crew members is captured, and then we have to go on a rescue mission and hunt down the ship, and then we gotta bust open the cell and take their crew out and everything. I think that would be really cool if there's some sort of mechanic like that.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. And kind of on that topic too, with the crew, I wonder if there's gonna be any type of like mutiny reward or any objective with that, where you kill your captain, you take over the ship. I wonder if that'll be. I'm sure there'll be like an achievement or something. But
well, I mean, you better not kill Captain LC, otherwise we're gonna have issues. But yeah, I was actually thinking about that the other day. Like, what if there's a mutiny? That would be. I think that's an interesting. But I feel like that's up to the players. Like that's as long as the tools are there that you can commit like friendly fire or something like that. I think in that sense of combat, that would make some really good stories. Even if you're just trolling and having fun with your friends and everything, I think that would still be pretty cool.
Well, you said something the other day about ghost ships.
Yeah, I feel like that's What would that be classified as? See, I think that's world events.
I don't really see anything about ship to ship combat. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't really think it's going to be a part of the game, but it's not going to be a huge part of it, because the way that I see it, like when I think about a ship battle, I think about like a ship battle.
Yes,
like,
go
like
on.
Just like what you saw in that Skull and Bones trailer, like that. That's what I think. But you can't do that with this game.
So you're talking about like fleets.
Not fleets, but just like if it's just a one-on-one combat, like you only got like 4 cannons on each side of the boat.
Okay.
This. And each of them.
Well,
has to
there
be-
is the top deck and then the middle deck.
Yes, but you're also that also goes along the lines of the amount of people that you're allowed to party up with, which I'm assuming is going to be 4, because that's what I saw in everything that I saw.
Well, I would hope that there's more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be cool if you could get a whole ship
The
full.
ship is only so big.
That's why you can upgrade the ship to get a bigger ship,
Yeah.
hopefully, to accommodate more people, which would be awesome. But we'll see.
Yeah,
but
I wanna
it's not
go.
really,
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
if you add too many people, it gets kind of eclectic. If I use that word right,
Eclectic,
or hectic.
hectic. Got
I
you.
know that I don't exactly know what eclectic means. I want to look it up now.
That's right. Pirates don't use those words.
Yeah.
The vocab is completely out the
It gets a
window.
little optic zays in there.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I want to go back to something Josh brought up, grappling hooks. Since we were talking about different types of cannon shots
Those are
before.
the ones.
I do like the idea of grappling hooks. Like, what if it's like a handheld thing where you gotta throw over, or it's a cannon shot as well, and you hook it onto
Yeah,
the
I think
ship.
it would have to be something with a cannon shot,
Yeah.
because once it's hooked, it would pull the entire ship over.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, what if it comes with a reel too, and you could reel the other ship in, and then you could lay down like a boarding plank, or swing onto the ship with a rope. I think
Definitely
that's
awesome.
a cool mechanic.
What was that, Andrew?
No, it'd be totally awesome.
Yeah.
That's something really cool to think about.
Yeah, I think like I could see myself just getting boarded like that, or getting like a 2 grappling hooks just shot onto my ship, and then just knowing that you're in for it right now. Like, you just the suspense, and then
You're
both
in for it
parties.
right now.
Yeah, like both parties just gearing up on the sides of the ship to do battle. I think that's a really good mechanic, and I think that's the main thing with this. Like, if the mechanics and just utilities are there, gamers will find a way to just go all out. Like, we'll make up our own scenarios, and we'll be very creative. Like, that's just how we are. I feel like if they just do listen to us, which
Not just specifically.
yeah,
us.
not just us,
we're
but
not
us
the
as
end
a
all to
community.
be all.
Us as a community, obviously, is what I meant. I think there could be some really cool tools to just shape the world like they do want us to do.
I definitely think the grappling hook would be a more, I guess, secure way, or more surefire way of boarding a ship.
Yeah.
Because getting shot from a cannon doesn't seem like
Yeah, that's
a surefire way to land on the ship. So
it looks
I guess that would
looks
encourage
interesting to
the-
say the least.
the player-to-player combat more.
Mhm.
But I mean, shooting someone from a cannon is definitely an awesome thing that
Oh yeah.
is an amazing add to the game.
Oh yeah, like I want to take my prisoners and I want to shoot them out of the cannon into the middle of the ocean and just be gone with it. Like,
Or at a mountain.
yeah, or at a mountain, they go splat, and like a nice little calling card. That'd be nice. Or even like making them walk the plank, even though I don't really know if you could force them to, because I already know people are just gonna go, oh no, I don't want to, and then they're just gonna go anyway, or they're gonna figure something out.
Unless it's scripted, it's not gonna. The feature is gonna be essentially useless.
Yeah, well, I
Well,
feel
unless
it's up to the
they-
players. It's more of a role playing thing.
If they add something where there's a cell on your ship that you can put prisoners in, then from there they can like have an option to make them walk the plank. They could
Yeah.
either just automatically do it, or
you
it could
push
turn
them.
into a mini game, or you could push them, yeah.
Something like that.
Or it could turn into a mini game where if the player walking the plank does some pretty hard task,
Yeah.
then they, I don't know, get out of it somehow.
Yeah, I don't know about mini games. I feel like that would be breaking the immersion factor a bit.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I think it really comes down to just the players, you know, really role playing as pirates.
Yeah.
I understand where Andrew's coming from by saying mini games. It's not necessarily a mini game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an added task to like try to break free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like you go into like a separate game itself, but rather you have a certain task to perform to do it. It's not like we're going into like a game. Yeah.
They're just kind of.
Yeah, we're not going to play Pac-Man or Galaga or something like that.
Yeah.
Space Invaders. But like maybe trying to like pick the lock on the cell.
Oh, you know, that's a good mechanic. I think.
Yeah, it is a mechanic, but the problem I see with maybe taking prisoners is it kind of takes the other players out of just out of the game. Just completely taking them out of the game just kind of seems unfair, unless you have like a time. The person that captured them is given a certain amount of time to decide what they're going to do with them.
Yeah, and again,
then this stuff happens to them.
Yeah, I wanna just bring this up again. Like, this is if there's like a prisoner system or something within the combat. Yeah. This is just all things like, you know, like we would love to see this. I think that would bring like a really good factor into the game. I think that would just be go above and beyond.
Going on back on the rescue mechanic.
Yeah.
Depending on how many people get captured, the rest of the team has a certain amount of time to rescue their teammate. Yeah. Or squad member, crew member. That's the pirate term.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if they have just the mechanics down, and like we said before, like variety of the cannon shots, different ways of boarding ships, different aspects of the combat, a bit more cleaner system, like with the gunplay. I think the sword play is okay. I think it's good, solid. I don't think it's refined yet, but I really like where they're going with this. Like I said, if there's just some sort of variety, I think that would bring a lot of factors into the game that players can make up these scenarios. But I do definitely like the ideas that we are bringing up here.
I guess just a thought I had about like harder enemies guarding better treasure in caves.
Okay. Yeah.
It may require more teamwork rather than a one-on-one combat situation.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of it is not one-on-one. You know, I feel like if you do want to be successful,
when there are multiple enemies, each person picks one to take on their own.
Yeah.
And after they beat that, they move on and help. They move on to another single, or if there's none left that are being targeted, you go and help your teammate.
Yeah, like branching off of what you guys said, like I really would like to see different styles of combat, different difficulties of combat based on the loot you're going after, the island you're going after. Like the skeletons, I know in the past they used to be a bit more difficult, and there used to be more of them, and now I'd say that there's like a medium amount, but I would like to see different islands where there's more, or there's more challenging ones like you brought up before, and some where there's none, and some where there's different types of enemies like we brought up in the beginning of the video.
As much as I would hate this, on Snake Island there could be snakes to fight.
Yeah, like creatures, like it doesn't have to be spiders, like in the cave.
On Snake Island.
I would probably stay very far away from it, but it would definitely be something.
You could be on the ship.
Yeah, I would guard the ship, and I could deal with anything with snakes. But yeah, definitely scorpions, skeletons.
Yeah, like creatures, some things other than just skeletons, or like what was I gonna say? Like a cursed. Yeah, well, like cursed pirates that don't have to be skeletons. Like, what about ghoulish pirates? What about like I'm not saying zombies at all. Like the kind of like in Pirates of the Caribbean, if you guys remember, like where they're like kind of undead but a bit more ghoulish, not all skeletons. You know, I think it would just add a bit more variety to the cosmetic part of it.
Yeah, well, sounds good to me.
So any last thoughts, guys? On just the overall thing, overall combat system?
This game needs to hurry up and get here because I'm way too excited for it to wait until December.
Yeah, December, early 2018, whenever it may be. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna do it for now for episode 1. We're definitely gonna do a lot more of these. There's so much to talk about. I'm just looking down at my sheet here, and there's just
way too much.
It's overwhelming. But I think that's a good overwhelming feeling. Because there's a lot of stuff to get into, like I said. So I think, what do you guys want to do next time? Do you want to talk about like directive, customization, progression, treasures? What do you think?
I think we should determine that later before we actually make the video and take feedback from the community or whoever is watching this videos.
Yeah.
Leave in the comments your opinions. What you want to see. We'll pick some of your comments, read them out, go over them maybe.
Yeah. Guys, we want to hear from you guys. This is a community thing.
Yeah, we will convey your thoughts and opinions as well.
Yeah. If you guys want to see something, just let us know. If you've got this far in the video, please just leave like squeeb in the comments or something. Like, I'd really love to know. That'd be awesome.
But also let us know what you want to see.
Yeah, definitely let us know, and then maybe we do like a Twitter poll, something of what people would want to talk about in the future. But yeah, I think we'll have a good I think we'll have a good outcome next time. So yeah, next time we may have a bit more people. Who knows? But thank you guys for watching. This is going to be a great game, and I want to just say thanks to Yildiz, Josh, Andrew. We're gonna have a lot of fun, guys. So that's gonna wrap it up. So thanks for watching. We're the Swashbuckling Squeeb. So until next time, grab a grog, and we'll see you out on the open waters.